February is Black History Month, and 10 on Your Side is honoring some of Hampton Road's hidden history.
Tonight, you'll hear how the man in charge of NASA Langley Research Center is making history in his new role. 10 on Your Side's Anita Blanton is joining us now in the studio. Anita, Clayton Turner says you cannot change or ignore the facts of the past.
Yeah, none of us can. And in this instance, those facts inspired a major motion picture movie based on segregation and discrimination. So as NASA's oldest facility's first African-American director, Clayton Turner's just hoping when someone's looking back on the next 60 years, it'll be much different than the first 60.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift off.
No longer hidden here at the NASA Langley Research Center in Hampton is the part played by African Americans in contributing to an incredible journey that continues to shoot far beyond the moon. From the human computers now memorialized on the walls.
We built this complex facility with all the latest computer technology in there to do something she did with a mechanical adding machine. That's pretty amazing.
Now you'll find state-of-the-art machines out of public view that have the capacity to process even the most problematic calculations. Today, the Katherine Johnsons, Mary Jacksons, Dorothy Vaughns, and more.
And they are the foundation that we build on to go further.
Time has led us to a day when across the street and down a hall of this facility's illustrious leaders, you'll find that the early perseverance of those whose names were for so long unknown led to an increasing appreciation for diversity.
And I asked her for counsel, and we had a good conversation about that. So I still talk to her.
Paving the way for the first black man to take charge.
When somebody comes and sees the pictures in the future, you'll see a reflection of America.
I had the opportunity to sit down with Clayton Turner, who freely shares that he failed geometry in grade school and still went on to become an electrical engineer on his journey here.
I want to celebrate the idea, yes, the first African American to sit in this seat, but I don't want that to be an oddity or a rarity. The first is a great thing and we celebrate it, but it shouldn't be the last.
He says NASA never crossed his mind early in life, so he spends a great deal of his time now in the community, demystifying their work that's literally out of this world.
I talked to a 3-year-old about a class about gravity, aerothermodynamics, coding, because there are actually, believe it or not, books for 3-year-olds on those topics, and they get it.
Even coaching on a football field, he's slipping in a little more context to the angles a young player needs to cut to reach the end zone with time left on the clock.
To be able to just mix that into a conversation, it's amazing to see how much it sticks in that manner.
It's about expanding their imaginations.
And now I have the opportunity to make that connection to that next generation that will see themselves here.
His very presence shows them they too could someday be among the creative geniuses here, figuring out ways for humans to live and work in outer space.
What they talk about is when we launch rockets and we build widgets and the technology, but a big part of our role is inspiration.
And the more diverse the room of innovators developing the latest technology for the next mission becomes, the more everyone can feel inspired to join in.
And to serve the nation best, we need all the minds in the nation. We need to reach out everywhere we can to bring those people to help us do this amazing job.
A new era in human spaceflight.
He wants NASA Langley to be a pilot in transforming how the agency functions as a whole. NASA's workforce is about 10% African American, with just a handful of other black center directors or deputies. But the opportunity is there, and I'm putting links to information about jobs and internships with NASA under this story on WAVY.com.